What's up, y'all? 305, we live. Y'all know what time it is. Welcome to Chat Shit, the official rap shit podcast, the companion podcast to the HBO Max original series from Issa Rae, Rap Shit. And we're going to be dissecting episode 8, Something for the Road.
Jeez.
Something for the Road.
Something for the road again.
Written by Issa Rae and Sarita Singleton Casey. Also, directed by none other than Jay Ellis, but you know, we know him as Lawrence.
Yeah.
I am your co-host, Jessie Woo, your sister.
Yeah, and I am Zach Campbell, and we are back up in this gig. And let me tell you something. This is the finale. And I tell you this every time. You can't come chat about the shit unless you go watch the rap shit on HBO Max every Thursday. Okay? Now, this is the last Thursday, so go ahead and come on back and chat it up with us, because we got some shit to get into, baby. Because, Jessie, this finale, bitch, was a fool, girl. Should we get into some things?
We got a lot of shit to chat about tonight.
Open the motherfucking chat. Let's go.
What a freaking first season.
Oh, my God. What
this has been. And, I mean, now we're wrapping up. So let's get into something for the road.
Something for the road.
Something for the road. We are on the road.
Can we get into this episode, Jessie, and talk about how we got Raina Rain?
First of all, we still got Raina Rain cosplaying as a light-skinned woman. Talking about how her pussy tastes like your grandma's greens, beans, potatoes, ham hocks, yams. Oh, my.
My favorite part, my bitch said,
Mrs. Finnegan, I'm gonna fucking come in. What's up? You want me to? I fucked your man. Who cares?
She's really cosplaying as like a caricature
of a
black woman.
There you go.
And the thing is, it's like, while it is infuriating, I'm also kind of numb to it, because ain't that what we see the girls doing?
But I hate that we're numb to it. That's what's pissing me off.
But that's what we see the girls doing all the time anyway.
The whole white woman trying to be black woman in hip-hop, at least, is starting to kind of... Not even just hip-hop, even social media, because the thing is, the little white girls that was out here trying to be like black, but like, this is just how I talk, all of a sudden are very cockazoid all of a sudden.
Actually, when you cosplay as this, you actually got to be about that life. And we all know that you cockazoids are not about that life. You cockazoids are not about that life.
So, you cockazoids want to be black until it's time to be a nigga.
Right.
And it's not easy. And I think it's more easy, of course, to take the benefits of being a black woman. Like, it's easy to apply the mannerisms, the swag, you know, the juice, I should say. But,
honestly,
but then
they remixed it.
She tried it. She couldn't do it.
I don't ever see none of these girls and think, oh, that's our swag. And I'm really tired of, because then again, like, even after she posted that, you saw all the comments on the YouTube that were like, yo, she's blackfishing.
Somebody said she's having a mental breakdown.
Yeah, like
is she fucked up?
You know what this gives me too is how a lot of people, and you kind of touched on this too, but even like with social media, a lot of white creators will bite black creators. Somebody that we have on the show, which is Deja, played by Pretty V. I've seen white creators literally bite Pretty V's style over and over again and get to certain places that her content necessarily doesn't go to. Yeah. And it's like, dang, like, you really just stole all this from this black girl and didn't even try. And then I've seen so many black creators and black celebrities in that person's comments like, oh my God, this is so funny. It's not funny.
No, it's not.
It's not funny, because then a lot of y'all too, y'all go into these films, into these television places, and then you want to come talk to us about how the black woman experience and how your experience is so much harder than the white woman's, and how you have to be 10 times. But then online, you're laughing at somebody who's literally just stole this black woman's entire online existence. And so it never makes sense to me at all. And I just will never understand it. But you know, follow me, hoes, to the next point. She's in the studio with Francois.
And he was like, what the fuck we gonna do? And she looked very white woman in the studio, didn't she not?
Yeah.
Did she look like a normal white woman in the studio that's very like, oh my God, what are we gonna do?
It was giving.
And he was trying to plot. Which, can we be honest, can I open the curtain for this industry really quickly? If y'all don't know, these producers and record label holders and like head of labels, they are in the studio doing these exact things. Like, how can we market you like this better? Or why is this marketing term not working? And how can we make you appeal to the Black audience in a way? And they do this to a lot of people of color artists.
And we've seen it time and time again. Even like, and not just in the rap game, even singers. I'm like, wait a minute, I thought she was light-skinned.
Oh, no.
But she got a whole team behind her.
They love that.
Pushing her, and in a way that they would not push other Black artists.
Absolutely not.
It just is so ridiculous to me.
Absolutely not.
And like you said, Raina Rain was very much giving Meredith.
In that
when
studio,
I tell you, she shed her light-skinned woman's skin.
She jumped out of that.
It was giving very much Meredith. Ruth.
Yes.
Celeste. Anyway, so then now we go to Shawna.
Yeah, baby.
So Shawna's posting to her IG stories like, oh my God, shout out to all my supporters. Shout out to all y'all who was fucking with a real bitch. You know what I'm saying? Girl!
Why are you still posting this tired-ass clip? Like, what? Because they said they would. I said, girl, shut up. She deleted it. She deleted the Instagram story. And I was like, well, why would you try to, like, post it again and then text Mia? And Mia left that bitch on red, honey. Mia was like, girl, I don't give a shit. Because the thing is, I think she still doesn't realize, like you said in the last episode last week, bitches don't understand you were actually selfish as shit. And I don't think you see the wrong in yourself yet. Yeah. I think you still look at yourself like, bitch, why are y'all mad at me? I'm spitting real bars. Yeah. And I think, and she's one of those people that try to say, like, well, you're just mad at my talent. No, bitch, you just look crazy.
First of all, Shawna, I will never let you live that shit down.
No,
I don't care how successful the scheme is or whatever the fuck y'all want to call each other if y'all do stay in a group.
At this
point, I will never let you live that line down.
I'll never let you live the performance down, bitch. I'm sorry.
Pro-life, but in this game, I'm killing you daughters. In this monkeypox economy.
Oh my God. Y'all, okay, my chat shit committee out there, please keep tweeting us. Use the hashtag chat shit, my chat shit committee, and go ahead and let us know. What's your favorite line from that freestyle?
Yeah, let us know. Let us know.
So Mia's up in the bed with Lamont with her titties out. Let me tell you, I told my boyfriend, I said, when we watched the episode, I said, baby, you know that's me and you, by the way. My titties be out. And you just be...
Yeah, just titties.
You know.
It's like, titty o'clock.
You know what I'm talking about, bitch. You ever in the bed with your nigga and your titties just out?
Especially in the morning. It's like, you know.
Breath stink, titties out. Don't care. I just got popped last night. Fuck you.
Yeah, titties is out. And, you know, that's when, like, the deep questions come to your mind. You know what? Why did we fuck last night?
Ooh.
Do you really love
Did she not have that face, though?
Yeah,
she did. She definitely woke up like, all right, pussy lips are done. They've been smashed.
Yeah.
But, like, why let you smash last night?
Yeah.
Why? But my question is this. So Melissa wakes up. Finally, we find out Melissa is up, and she finally getting the fucking, mommy, why did Lamont drop out the window like that? Now, did they not want Melissa to find out they fucking?
I don't understand, but one thing about Melissa, she gonna clock her mama. Ain't that my daddy t-shirt?
Ain't that my daddy's shirt that he had on yesterday? Melissa's smart as fuck, y'all.
My daddy had that shirt on yesterday.
Yeah, Melissa's that girl.
What?
She's like,
I need Melissa to stand down.
Yes.
Okay, daughter, stand down.
So we remember last time we was talking and we were saying, like, does Shawna and Maurice work at the fucking Plymouth anymore?
I was shocked. When shocked to see that she went to work. I could have sworn she was like, fuck this job. Well, Maurice had said fuck this job. But I really felt like he had transferred that energy to Shawna because we hadn't heard or seen her talk about nothing about the job house.
Nah, baby, she ain't been there.
So I was surprised to see her ass.
And she walked in like she didn't give a shit.
She really didn't. She was like, damn, back in this bitch again.
And Maurice was not there.
And
she was like, well, how the fuck is Bobby here? And Maurice not. But give it up for the coworker clocking her ass. Talking about some...
Oh, been there. What do you mean? Look, I'm not trying to get all in your business. Just a little advice. Don't get attached. Maurice is always gonna look out for Maurice.
My thing with Nikisha, what I liked about her, she took one look at Shawna and she said, been there.
Damn.
Been there.
Is that some woman intuition shit, bitch? Is that like a if you got pussy lips you can understand type shit?
But not just that. It's not even about having pussy lips. It's like she kept finding ways to try to ask about where Maurice was. And it's like,
Oh, you fucking.
Oh, been there.
You really can tell when a bitch is fucking. Yeah.
And it's like, Nikisha's definitely telling you, girl, he done ran through all of us. You're not the only one.
Oh, she said,
you're not the only one,
Maurice
sis.
worries about Maurice, honey. Keep your head up.
Yeah.
Not keep your head up. And low-key, she did say, keep your head up, bitch. It's all right. Grabbed her book bag and got out and clocked out.
Yep.
Girl, fuck you.
Yeah. Like, girl, this ain't nothing different. We all been there. We all done had that Haitian dick.
She said that did good, ain't it?
So she could see on Shawna's face what time it was.
And Shawna's talking about, what do you mean? Girl, we see you, bitch.
Girl.
We see you, mama. Stop fucking playing with us, girl.
So I feel like she definitely was telling Shawna that her and Maurice had hunch. So it's interesting to see where this goes with Maurice. 'Cause it's like, now you know you're not the only coworker that this nigga done
very
fucked.
fucking true. I was just about to say that. Shout out to the coworkers fucking.
Yeah,
bitch.
like
this is the thing. Don't nobody want to share pussy. The thing, like, I don't want to share dick and I don't want to share my pussy with your pussy.
No.
Like, and speaking of sharing pussy, we catch up with Chastity and her uncle this time around. And she had sit down with her uncle. And I like her. I like the character of the uncle, by the way. But I only really like this uncle character due to the fact that I feel like Duke be thinking she has it all under control and she has it. But like, bitch, no, you don't. Yeah. And I like how the uncle be like,
you trying to be nice and smiling at these bitches? That's some clown shit, baby. I should be taking a collection, but since I like you, I'm gonna make an exception. They don't know what's good for them until you tell them. They don't respond to weak shit, they respond to power. See, you done put yourself at the bottom of the fucking pyramid when you're supposed to be sitting at the top. You better pull your motherfucking dick out and slap these bitches with it. Either that or just go the fuck home.
I said, okay.
Mind you, Chastity, she looking for a dick to slap him with.
I'm falling out.
Well, where's she gonna find the dick at?
I said Chastity got pussy lips. But listen, here's the thing.
Lord have mercy.
But maybe she can, I'll fuck you with these pussy lips. Oh, and so I like that Chastity almost like, okay, you know what? Let me figure this out, Unc. Let me figure this out.
I didn't like his tone in a sense where he kind of gave light to something I said before, which is to him, the hoes are the hoes, and so is Mia and Shawna. He's like, all these bitches got a product. You need to sell it. Like that. He looked at all of them as one and the same. And again, that shines a light on why I feel like Duke is just not it. Like, it's not that Duke don't want to, figure out a way, but it's like, you cannot do both because even your uncle, even your uncle is telling you like, all these bitches is hoes. They all got a product.
And what did you say last week? You said, bitch, if you're going to these events with Duke, they're going to think not just your rappers and not just your hoes, all y'all selling pussy. And that's the tea.
To the uncle, everybody in here is part of the Pussy Lip Committee. The Pussy Lip Ministry. All y'all hoes are selling pussy to the uncle. And also that shines a light on how a lot of men see women in the industry, period. Like, they will look at you and yes, you're a rapper. Yes, you're a singer. Yes, you're an actress. But when they look at you, all they see is a pair of pussy lips. Like, it's really ridiculous. Yeah. Like, no matter how talented you are, no matter what your resume is, for some reason, like, these guys are like, sick.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
They just see pussy lips. And it's like, sir.
No shade. If you think about it, I feel like Duke, like I said, I am preaching for Duke because I feel like Duke wants to get out of that industry, however, and get into music that's a little bit more legitimate. But you can't treat your rappers like your hoes. And I do agree that you cannot have the best of both worlds because it's two different worlds.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Mia and Shawna ain't trying to sell pussy lips. Well, hold up. Mia was, technically.
Yeah, but she don't want to do that shit no more.
She don't want to do it no more.
She don't want to do that no more.
Yeah.
She just want to scheme and move on. Like,
and speaking of that,
and that's it.
Mia catches up with our favorite girls, Alyssa and Nelly, about Miss Shawna's performance and how Alyssa and them was like, fuck that bitch.
We finally really get to hear what Mia thinks about this. And she says, like, I'm tired of her shit.
Damn.
Like, she really says, she's like, I'm tired of her shit.
It happened in New York, and now when we on stage, it was back to back.
Yeah.
The New York shit was one thing, and Mia let that slide. She did. She ate it.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, we at this motherfucking first performance, and your ass is going into a fucking whole spoken word.
During our performance.
Our, not yours.
I think that Mia's finally looking at it like, you know what? Not only is this girl selfish, she's just really self-centered. She's looking out for herself.
Oh,
we went to New York and I find out you planning to move to New York. You ain't tell me. We rehearsed and then like, you didn't tell me that you were going to just find a moment. You just like, it's kind of like, damn, you can't even depend on doing anything with Shawna because you never know. Like she at like a drop of a dime, she gonna change her mind and go a different route than what y'all was talking about. So for her, she tired of her shit, and Nelly and Alicia like, oh yes, because now they got their friend back. Like
they got their friend back full time, and they was like, bitch, they said, bitch, we going out.
We going out.
And she was like, y'all didn't tell me. I could have got ready. Well, bitch, I thought you wanted to sit here and be sad. Now that's some shit I say in real life to my friends. I be like, bitch, I'm not trying to force you to go out because I ain't got time for you to go out, and your ass is over here looking like Humpty Dumpty on the goddamn wall, and you had a great fall, and you up here sad as shit, and I want to get fucked up.
Exactly.
I do not have time for it. So I definitely would have, you know, I definitely would have been like, girl, you can stay at home.
Yeah.
And so Mia was like, nah, bitch, I'm coming with y'all. Fuck that. Let's go do this.
So then we cut to Shawna leaving Plymouth. And I think for me, this is where like the episode really starts to take a turn for Shawna. It's like, ooh, girl, you bitch.
Oh, Miss Shawna.
You in danger, girl. Like you in danger because like, so we see her and I thought it was strange that Duke was calling her. I don't know why I felt like that was strange because Duke to me has such a strong relationship with Mia, but the fact that they showed that she was calling Shawna, I was like, okay. But then again, I do remember in the last episode where her and Duke did have that moment where they were confronting each other.
Yeah, and Shawna was like, bitch, this is not professional. If you want to either do this or do that. And she walked the fuck away. Like, bitch, I'm not playing with you, period.
Yeah. So, but she ignores the call. Then she goes back to her text thread with Cliff.
Now, this shit triggered me.
I almost forgot that his last text message was, anyway, you was right about Fatima since we not were going to work out. Bye. It's like...
And she didn't respond to that, but the fact that she texted him, hey... but you know what? Okay, but hold up. Let me take one of your. Can I take one of your pages out of your book? Let me give her grace. That's your shit, bitch. That's your words, bitch. Let me tell you something. Let me give her grace because I guess, because listen, if you fucking lonely in this world and like everybody, I feel like everybody in the internet has turned their back against you, and I don't have nobody else. But I don't like no shade. This has been a common like thing in like Shawna's character arc where she fuck up, and then I just need somebody to hold me. And it's like, bitch, stop fucking up. Like it's like she one of those people that's here we go. She self-sabotages a lot. And there's a lot of people out there that do that where they unwillingly self-sabotage, where it's like, well, bitch, how do you expect somebody to save you after you burnt all these bridges, dig yourself in a hole, and now you looking for somebody to come and get you out this hole? That's not how this works, bitch. And her selfishness is starting to spill over into her personal life to the point where nobody wants to fuck with you. And now I'm starting to really see why Alyssa and Nelly had a problem with you in high school. No shade. Bitch, because I feel like you were tired in high school now. Now I'm starting to see you, Miss Shawna, because at first I was like, no, my bitch Shawna probably was just a nerdy girl that nobody wanted to fuck with. Bitch, you probably was a cocky little bitch, and you probably thought your pussy didn't stink. And nobody got time for that.
So
she left, she's leaving her shift, and she's getting on the bus. And she texts Cliff. She called Mia. Mia ignores the call and been leaving this bitch on red the whole time, right? But what did I tell you in my predictions last week? What did I say?
You did say that you thought he was going to be in prison. I thought he was going to be in Haiti with his side families.
with his madame.
I thought he was down there. I'm building a house in Haiti. You know, when a Haitian man cheats, his top reason is, I'm going to Haiti to build a house. I'm building a house in Haiti. Yeah, big house. Big house. Big house. Big house. I thought he was building his big house in Haiti. No, whole time Maurice was down to the motherfucking jail.
Oh my God.
And you know what killed me?
What, bitch?
I hollered when she threw her phone.
Can I lie? I can't even lie, bitch. I thought about you. I feel like I said that's some shit Jessie ass would do in the middle of a damn bus. And somebody called her and said, we've been scamming. Oh, bitch. Jessie, you would be like, oh, hell no. Throw the phone, rip up the SIM. Bitch, get the fuck out of here.
When I tell you she threw that phone as if she had saw a pink dick on it.
Listen, mama.
She threw that phone.
Oh, my God. Like, bitch, it was on fire.
Like Maurice was calling her from heaven, like from the other side.
No, yes.
Girl, what?
Bitch, the fact that he said, hey, I've been in jail. For what? He said, really, my nigga?
Like,
that was some shit I would say. Bitch, for real?
Are you dumb?
Bitch, stop playing with me. In my face.
No, but it's like,
throw the phone, bitch. Call him back.
A moment like this really girl, you are not about this life.
And she's selfish.
So you
bitch,
you never computed you never thought to yourself,
nope.
Ooh, I could go to jail for this. What college you went to, Shawna?
Not at all.
See, now I'm looking at you like Nelly and Alicia now. Like now I'm looking at you like, yeah, that bitch really thought girl, what college did you go to where you don't have the cognizance, the sense of the renaissance of your mind to realize that crimes come with consequences that can land you in jail.
Yeah. But the fact that she's like now at this point on this bus and Maurice is like, I'm gonna hit you back later. Like, let me get, calm down, go take a bath, go draw a bath. And okay, I'm gonna take a bath. This is when I started not to fuck with Shawna. And this is when Shawna, this character.
Is the phone tap?
Yeah. Like you, okay.
Are you dumb?
Can I say this? And I some of
bitch, they been tapping your shit.
Shawna is one of those people where I said, okay, bitch, you not only are you self-sabotaging, not only are you a little selfish, but bitch, you a little airheaded too.
Are you serious? Shawna really is letting me down. Like, sis, you down bad.
But it's to the point
you
where
letting me down bad.
It's like the fact she got off that bus and ran in the apartment. They up there making TikToks.
She ran.
And she like, they like, you want to do a dance? My bitch will do the sign language. She said, that bitch.
She said, people online don't like her anyway.
Oh, anyway.
Yo, when I tell you I scream
I did too.
Why do the sign language people be trying Shawna all the time?
Every single time.
Every time you see them in a scene with her, she be trying it. It's like they be trying her ass.
Yeah.
Like they know what time it is with her. Let's touch on Deja.
Can I give a shout out once again to Pretty V too about, like I said, I was telling my friends when we were watching the episode, I said, I remember like this girl is like, I know she was an actress, but I feel like I took her as like a comedian actress because she's so good at that. To see my bitch in this serious role and like giving it like, it's giving like, oh, I went to like, bitch, I studied for this. Like, bitch, I took this craft very seriously.
She was literally ready to sell pussy lips that day.
Yeah, she really was. She was gorgeous too.
And and here's the thing. It take a certain type of bitch to still be willing to sell pussy lips for $4 gizzards after you done offered up her pussy lips for free $99.
Free $99. But get into Duke's new confidence after talking to her uncle.
See, that's your problem. Ain't no we. This my shit, not yours. You need me. I don't need you. And if you don't understand that shit, I don't know what to tell you. Now watch out.
I do.
You do what?
I understand.
Here you said then.
Okay.
Not you finally finding your balls, bitch.
Okay.
Not you finally laying your foot down like y'all got me fucked up around here.
Got to her and said, hey, walk up to these hoes and tell them it's death row or nothing, bitch.
No, listen,
it's pussy lips row or nothing,
nothing,
bitch. We not doing nothing else.
There's nothing else. So they got in the car and they got the fuck on and now I guess they went to go sell pussy lips.
Now we have Mia and the girls. They're at G5.
Are they at the club? So now have you been to G5?
I've been to G5. It's a real place.
Is it really sickening like that?
It is a strip club in Miami that a lot of people go to.
So they at the club and I got a new crush, y'all. I got a new crush. Cause Cash Chaser, the GOAT. He can have it all.
I don't really care for him.
Oh.
No.
Why not?
I don't care for rappers in real life. Like, I just don't. And so I do feel like...
Can you let bitches like me just live?
No.
I never had a rapper.
No.
So bitches seem fun. So Cash sent over a bottle. And they like, I love my bitch Alyssa. And then they said, bitch, wait, we didn't order this. Take that back. Bitch, we didn't order that.
Yep.
And they said, no, it's from the
they're not
over
trying
there.
to end up with no $1,500 bill.
Okay. So Cash was like, no, that's for y'all. While my bitch Seduce and Scheme was playing. So she was feeling her oats. And my bitch threw a subliminal shade at Shawna and put a story out like, these my two main bitches. Any other bitch, I ain't fucking with. I said, ooh. So Cash like, that's your bottle. Go. And then Alyssa Nelly was like, go over there and say hi, bitch. Nah, fuck that. I like how Mia was like, nah, I'm gonna fuck these bottles up though.
Period.
Fuck you, nigga. Nah, I'm enjoying it with my girls. It's a girls' night out. I don't want to. I'm not focused on the niggas right now.
Yeah.
Period.
And I mean, it's not lost on me that bottle was sent over after the DJ was shouting out Seducing Scheme. And so everybody in the club was okay, like she's, and that was so awkward for me because it's like, dang, now you realize that the record is picking up and you got seduced, but you ain't got Scheme there. You know what I'm saying? I think that was a moment for Mia too, like, damn, like she done told her friends she's done with rapping, she's done with Shawna,
but they playing my shit.
Now you're at the club, you're at G5,
and people know
bitches
you.
is going up, niggas is sending bottles, bitches is like twerking and shit, they taking pictures from afar, like,
and also
and
starting
like
rumors that y'all broke up.
Yeah, like, so it's like shit is picking up, and I think that was a moment for me, like, okay. So finally we get to Shawna at home.
Okay. This was my favorite part.
Again, this shit cracked me up because we have her
on the computer,
like she
breathing hard like usual,
trying to delete every type of paper trail can find. She's deleting the app where she calls Maurice. She's deleting pictures off her laptop,
all the card pictures.
And I'm like, bitch,
like you don't think that shit's already been found, bitch?
Ma'am, you never heard of forensics?
You never heard of motherfucking once that shit touched the air. Once it touched the cloud,
once it's up, it's stuck.
Once it's up, bitch is stuck. And best believe they got it. They got it, bitch.
It's gone already.
You already did what you needed to do.
First of all, your picture already down at the precinct.
Shit. Goddamn.
Bitch, you too late.
Fuck. Well,
like the song that the episode started with. I'm like, why did they start this episode off with you tried it how?
Yeah, that shit ain't work. And we see why.
We see why, and it's like, girl, you tried it, and it's not gonna fucking work.
Yeah, baby. And
so good luck to you.
I like how Shawna was looking around the room, a poster of Beyonce, her old wig and mask. She throw all that shit away. Like, y'all all looking at me. Oh God. I'm not this. I'm fucked up. Like, oh God. And it's like you having this mental breakdown, but bitch, you knew what you were doing.
Yeah.
And if you didn't, where's this naivety coming from? Like, bitch, you had to have known, like, and I said this. One play, cool. I ain't judging nobody. The second play, all right. Okay, girl, you pushing the pedal to the metal. But bitch, once you get up to the 6th, the 7th play and the money keeps getting bigger and bigger, and you're doing, at this point now, tens of thousands of dollars worth of work, bitch, when you're trying to move that much work, you're going to catch eyes.
Yeah.
And that's what happens when you're trying to scam, bitch. You can't get greedy in this game, girl. You have to get what you need more than what you want and get the fuck out of that. It's not a everyday, everything's like a career, bitch. It's not a career.
Yeah.
And I think Shawna thought that it was one of those things. She started to use Maurice as an ATM, no shade. It started to give very much, I need this. Okay, wait, I got us, y'all. Because remember, she used to just offer herself up like, oh, I can get the mics. I can get this. I can get that. Bitch, maybe chill out. Go do the Plymouth a little bit so you get a legitimate paycheck for a little bit. And then, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's the thing I didn't like, you know?
I think for me, when I was looking at that scene too, and she was throwing everything away from her old persona, I was like, oh, okay, look at this bitch. Now, it really took Maurice calling you after being in jail for you to say, oh, let me focus on this, for real.
Like, okay.
Let me really take this serious. You know what? I really did fuck up with my damn, but in this bitch, in this game, I'm killing my daughters. Like, I really fucked up. You know what? Let me really take this serious. Let me take this group serious. It's like, it took all that. And so, again, you try to hold that shit ain't gonna work.
Yeah.
So outside the club now.
Okay, back to the G5. And the girls are leaving.
The girls are leaving. Chaser is coming back out.
He fine, girl. I don't know what y'all see. I'm sorry. That nigga is
I ain't say he wasn't fine now.
He's gorgeous.
Yeah, he's gorgeous.
So that nigga pulls up in his Bentley truck,
first of all, I love a nigga with dreads because I love to put on dreads when I'm fucking.
Oh.
I love to act like you a horse.
I almost kicked you out the goddamn window, bitch. Wait a minute.
Oh, yeah.
Wait a minute. So when you riding the dick, you giving the saddle.
That be me. And you know I'm small.
Yeah. So you giving merry-go-round.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I was giving merry-go-round.
Got you. So, but you like...
I didn't say he wasn't cute.
Yeah, because he's sickening. And so,
I he wasn't cute now.
But I don't like. Can I note this for the females? If I was a girl, let me say this. I don't like when niggas pull up in a car full of niggas. I don't like that.
I hate that.
That throws me off. I automatically think you're a joke. No shade. I do.
I hate our old.
I got 6 niggas in my car.
I hate.
Can y'all all get out my car?
I hate a old sitting in the passenger side of my best friend's ride ass nigga.
Yeah.
I really hate
it's
that.
Just not giving.
And it be giving, and it be the niggas with their head out like a dog, you know, with the wind blowing. They so happy. They so happy to be in that passenger seat.
Yeah.
They just, whoo.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah. Y'all feel that wind? Ooh. They just, oh my God. What?
Y'all feel that?
Yeah.
It feel good out here.
It feel good.
This air?
Ooh.
Y'all ain't never smelled no air like this before.
Y'all ain't smell that passenger air. Like, what? So I thought this was so funny. I was like, you know what? The writers, again, are really capturing, like, Miami girls' personalities. Mm-hmm. Them girls felt like Cash had some cash on them.
Oh, absolutely.
So they was like, tell him to take us to Nobu. We gotta go to Nobu.
When I heard that.
Let's go to Nobu, bitch. Yo.
That bitch said, I got somewhere we can go.
Yeah. Let me tell you.
That was
when I
smart
tell you, those were my friends.
Really?
What? We're going to Pride 112. Mind you, whole time when we be leaving the club, a bitch go to Denny's. A bitch getting a Grand Slam. But let a nigga with money approach us. We going to Pride 112.
So they pull out all the places that they know their pocketbook can't stretch to.
Of course.
I mean, I would
because
too.
He got that cash.
No shit, I would too.
So I was looking at me like, So we're at the point now where Shawna sees
the subliminal from
Mia. And now she really knows she fucked up.
Yeah, and
she gotta fix shit.
Bitch, you look stupid. So she thought like, well, let me hit up Francesca.
Yeah.
Because he was right. Because he was right. Mm-hmm. So she visited him at the studio and they have a conversation and Shawna's finally, goddamn, letting down all these walls.
I've been thinking about our last conversation and everything you've been saying for the past couple of years. You're right. We need a strategy. Can we start over?
Shawna, you're like my sister. We could go back and forth, up and down. We're always gonna come back.
Good. 'Cause I just want to win. I need to get the fuck out of Miami. You don't even know.
I kind of fuck with Francois just because this very moment was like, he could have been a dick. He could have been rubbing it in her face. And he just said, you know what? We brothers and sisters. Like, I fuck with you. You gonna be my sister. We're gonna go up. We're gonna go down. I don't buy it. Oh.
I don't buy it. First of all.
I don't either. I tried. I'm trying.
I'm gonna tell you right now. Shawna down bad.
Yeah. She had to go back to that nigga?
Oh, she down terrible.
But did you catch how he said, when she said, I want to make this money. And he paused and said, it's funny you brought that up.
Yep. And why did he do that?
Because he just saw that Miss Bitch Raina Rain pussy tastes like green beans and collard greens.
Exactly. And so what is his scheme now? I'm going to use real black girls
to bring up this
white woman's image.
Talk about it.
That's why I will never be team Fanny. I will never be team Fanny.
Bitch, who?
Fanny. I will never be team Fanny. No, because now this is a scheme that Todd set up to come to us with the bullshit. Yep. I see right through you, Fanny. He's like, I'm gonna use these two black women to elevate this light-skinned white woman.
This light-skinned white woman.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it is, bitch.
That's what it is.
That's what it is,
the thing is, in all reality, when we look at it, and even when I look at this conclusion episode in general, everybody is down terrible. Everybody down bad. The only person to me that's not down bad is Mia. She the only one to me that's not coming to anybody for anything because she's not desperate for anything.
If anything, it seems like when Mia got done eating with Cash, the shit came to her.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, but can we talk about it?
Yeah, so bitch, after the dinner and they having a good time.
My thing with Nelly and Alicia too, I love these type of friends. It's like, okay, so who the manager? Okay, so you the manager, so how did you elevate his career?
Are you the producer? You just producing him?
Okay, so what's
the nigga said, hell no, I produced with a whole lot of.
Exactly. So they trying to figure out who the money nigga is, who the producer nigga is.
Period.
Because while they trying to get to their pocket.
Who's pulling the shit around here?
They're thinking about they girl Mia too. Because at the end of the day, they want her to move forward. Even if it's not with Shawna, they still see Mia's potential.
Yep.
So they gonna question these niggas.
Who producing, who managing?
Yeah, who managing?
Y'all can do something, y'all can pull something for us?
Yes. And what I love too is when she was talking to Cash, he told her, because they were like, oh, we both went to, shout out to Northwestern, which is a real school.
That's a real school.
Real school, the West. Trina, I think Trina went there too.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Take It to the House. Fun fact, Take It to the House, which is the first song we hear at the top of this first season of Rap Shit, was shot at Northwestern High School.
Oh, wow.
That whole scene where they do the cheerleading event, that was shot at Northwestern High School.
Shout out.
The costumes in that video were Northwestern cheerleading costumes.
Hey.
So that's just a big,
a little bit put you on.
A little bit of put you on,
Put
just
me
right
on,
there.
bitch. Give me the coach.
Literally. So when he was like, yeah, I went to the West, she's like, oh, I don't remember. And he's like, I only went in 9th grade because I shot somebody.
Juvie. He said I went to juvie, right?
Yeah, because he shot somebody.
But the fact that he like, I want to be with you. And she said, hold the fuck up, my nigga. And I like that Mia, see, I think Mia learned her lesson from New York. I think it was very much like, okay, okay, all right, nigga, I just experienced a lot of this, okay? I don't want to, let's pump our brakes around here.
Yeah.
Let's just chill, let's chill. So they wrap up their meal and they go outside. And he like, I want to see you tomorrow and whatever. When his nigga's like, you got Drink Champs tomorrow. So he was like, cancel it.
Shout out to Noriega. Drink Champs is actually doing really, really good.
Very
and
well.
they're Miami-based too.
That show was everything.
Yeah.
So she's like, nigga, I gotta work.
I gotta work.
And I lived for that.
She was on her
that
Rihanna
made me
shit.
so happy.
I gotta work.
And I think he liked it too, because he said, huh. And the niggas started laughing. I'm like, ha ha, that bitch
I didn't
gotta
like
go
that.
work.
Them niggas got too much ad-libs for me.
What the fuck are you laughing at? And then Mia said, what they laughing at? What you laughing for?
Yeah.
I got bills to fucking pay.
Exactly. And when she said that said, oh, you got bills? Let me throw a couple bills at you.
Okay. Now I got two opinions about this.
Okay.
I got two
let's go.
opinions. Now, the first thing, my Detroit rat self said, yes, thank you for this. But then my logical bitch came in and said, what this is attached to?
Yeah.
What is this attached to? Because why are you just giving me $30,000 out your buffer back like you know me?
Yeah.
Like you don't know me like
$30K.
What is this attached to?
Yeah.
And you saying, I have the choice to call you tomorrow.
Yep.
Like, you either call me tomorrow and see what happens or not.
Yeah.
And she took the money, of course, because...
First of all, can we mention that $30K a year is literally a salary?
Absolutely.
I used to have a job that paid me $27,000 a year. A year.
A year.
And I was working 6 days. This is when I was working at a mega church.
Oh, wow.
That's another podcast for another time. But I was there for 6 days a week, and my salary was $27,000 a year. And sometimes I think about, how the fuck did I survive that?
Same.
How,
Same.
like, how,
I think I made less than that in college, but I think I made at least maybe $17,000 a year.
And then you think about, in this monkeypox economy, there are people out there really making that still.
Oh, absolutely.
And how are they surviving?
They doing it. They motherfucking doing it 10 toes down, bitch. 10 toes down, bitch.
So, anyway.
And so it was given very much, she took the money and said, all right, I'll see. I'll put my number on your phone, whatever. Get in the car, and they screaming, bitch.
It's like, this episode really was so triggering in a good, in good and bad.
Yeah.
Because I remember moments like that where like you're in when I was younger and like one of us meets a nigga that's like a baller nigga and like, oh my God, bitch, who?
Yeah.
Like, you know, and especially in Miami, it's so easy to meet ballers.
I believe it.
So easy to meet ballers. And so we coming up, bitch. Like, it's like a group effort. Now you get into the car. Now we having a meeting now.
Yeah.
We having a meeting about how we gonna move forward.
I'm Alicia, bitch. I was Alicia because I would have said, let's think about the bigger picture. You need to call that bitch Shawna because you actually got something here. Y'all got something, bitch. The fact that he gave you $30,000 based off the fact of the reception of your song in the club and how sickening you hold yourself, bitch, something is happening. This needs to happen. And I like that she was like, you need to fuck with him. No shade. Like, bitch, see what you can get out of this. I want to see where this can go. And I think at that very moment, Lamont was out the picture. That was it.
Honestly.
Lamont, that whole storyline of maybe it could be was gone.
I was sad to see it.
Me too, bitch. Because, you know, I was advocating for that relationship.
Me too. I was like, I mean, at first I wasn't.
Yeah.
And I was like, Lamont really grew on me. And so now I'm looking at it like, because here's the thing. Here's the thing. I feel like both of us have been here where certain people wouldn't even look at you if you wasn't popping. Let's keep it real. Let's keep it real. I've gotten gotten some texts, some calls since I've been doing this chat shit. Oh yeah, I'm so proud of you. And shut your ass up.
Shut up. Get out.
No, I will not get your music played on rap shit, nigga. Get the fuck out my motherfucking phone.
It's just like that. You are really keen. You are really spilling.
You think you can get my song played?
Yeah, I've gotten.
Maurice, I cannot do it.
I've got a couple of them too, and just taking it back a little bit, I also liked how Alicia was like, wait a minute, bitch, look how they taking pictures of her and him together.
Ooh, let's rewind to that. You know what I did like about Cash?
What?
When those girls came up and asked him for a picture, he said, make sure you take a picture with her too.
Ooh.
Take a picture with her too now.
Well.
And it takes a certain caliber of... we don't know Mr. Cash yet.
We don't know him for real yet.
I'm not...
We just met him in episode 7.
I don't like rappers. I do not like dating rappers. That's not my ministry. But I did like that he said that. Because I have dated or been courted by men who would get intimidated by me and do whatever they can that they could do to stop me from getting my shine.
Absolutely.
That man said, make sure you get a picture of her.
Yep.
Make sure
and
you get a picture of her.
What's your name? Mia. Oh, okay.
Cool.
Yeah, snap,
and make sure you catch her baby hairs because it was laid at the diner.
Bitch, the wig was...
Yeah, the wig was grand slamming.
On,
just
bitch.
like the plate.
Yeah.
Just like everything. Grand slam.
bitch, me and Shawna meet up with Chastity at the park, right? And at this point, Chastity and Mia are fed up with Shawna, bitch. At this point,
yeah.
So they get there first, and they're like, well, where the fuck this bitch Shawna at? She scrolls her ass up, and the first thing Chastity, like, both of these hoes have it.
Yeah.
When y'all ready to work, y'all holler at me. If it wasn't for me, and I thought, and you saw how, did you see how Shawna, and bitch, what the fuck so funny? Because it's the truth. You still feel like you're that girl. You still have this godlike complex. Like you did it all yourself, so it's all about you. And it's not, bitch, because like my bitch Mia said, you need me.
But also, it wasn't lost on me that Shawna had met with Felicia. Felicia done lit a little fire under her ass. So now her ego done popped up again, because in her mind, she's like, oh, we got this situation over here anyway.
Oh, you right.
So we don't need this. We don't need Duke.
Yeah.
We got this situation over here anyway. But there was one thing that Duke said that I was like, you know what? I feel you, but I don't.
Regardless of how you feel I handle my business, the job get done. I made connections for y'all. I put y'all in places nobody would. But just as quick as those plays was made, my nigga, they can be taken away. I'm the motherfucking plug around here. You can't do shit in this city without me knowing about it. I can build y'all, or I can break y'all. It's your choice. Call me when y'all really ready to work.
I felt like that was too much.
Yeah,
like,
that was like...
You doing a little too much for somebody who couldn't get guap 400 to give you your money. You doing a little too much for somebody who can't close a deal. And what does that mean?
You spilling.
You doing a little too much for somebody who couldn't find who stole your rims or who stole the money from the Pussy Lip house. You doing a little too much for somebody who don't know that they need to be able to separate their businesses. Separate your causes before you check me and try to threaten me about how I move in my motherfucking city.
The fact that somebody would have read her like that after that thing. But she did take it too far.
Yeah, that was a little too far for me.
And then got the fuck up and walked away.
And then did the walk away.
Like she loves to do that. That's her shit.
Like she ate.
That's her thing though. I noticed in this character arc.
Let me know when y'all bitches is ready to work.
Parlay. He got the fuck on, bitch. So now they sitting there talking,
and then went to sleep in her car. I ain't finished reading you.
Jessie!
You are currently sleeping in your car.
Now she put the top back on her car.
Okay.
Because she needed a...
Exactly.
Ooh.
You doing a lot.
Not rolled the seat back.
I'm telling you.
It's time to go to bed, night-night.
Because when we fast forward to the end, bitch, you are sleeping in your car.
In that car.
Let's be very clear.
Absolutely. But I like that Mia was like, let me read you now, Miss Shawna. Yeah, you tired. That ego shit is fucking whack.
Yeah.
You need to lose that shit, bitch.
Yeah.
And if you don't, we're not doing shit without Duke. I said,
Well, hold on, too. Before we even get there, too, she said to her, bitch, I bring something to the table. Because the whole entire time, we've never seen Shawna give Mia her tens.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely
Give her
not.
her tens.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. It was giving very much...
This is
I'm
all
the,
because
I'm the
of me.
brains, and she's just here to be pretty.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you think about it, but go back to the first episode, that was almost the plan. Remember that?
It really was.
Remember, Mia
It
was
really
like,
was.
no, I'll be just the pretty girl, the hype girl.
Yeah.
And I think Shawna kind of took that and ran with it.
Yeah.
And didn't want to look at the contributions that Mia was giving.
Yeah.
So she was like, oh, no, remember, you're just a pretty bitch, remember?
No,
bitch.
Mia has been over it since the moment she said, is you rapping about student loans? What?
No, dead ass.
Is you rapping about student?
Dead
like,
ass.
So since then, for me, Mia has left her stamp on the group. Like, hey, like, okay, yeah, you got bars, but I got something to say. You might have bars, but I got something to say that the streets gonna listen to.
Absolutely.
You can have bars, but who's listening to them?
Yep.
People are listening to what I want to bring to the table.
Absolutely.
And so let's use that. And so, like you said too, then she fast forward and she said, what about Duke? Like,
and she said, bitch, I'm not doing shit without Duke. And Shawna was like, well, I have an opportunity for us that you cannot. Like, we can't let this go.
Mm-hmm.
We can go on a fucking, what was it, a countrywide tour, and it'll just be me, you, and a major artist. She left out the name, and I already knew what the name was, but I was like,
but then
oh,
also, Shawna, girl, it's like I went up for you. I was rooting for you. We was all rooting for you, girl. When she said, we ain't gotta be friends.
I hated that.
Oh my God.
I hated that.
What?
I was like, what do you mean we ain't gotta be friends, but we got something special here? Nah, bitch. Nah, bitch. Now, and the thing is, now I know notoriously girl groups and groups in general have done shit like this, by the way. This is not an unnatural thing. Yeah. Like, bitch, we ain't got to fuck with each other, but we got to make this money.
Right.
I'll see you on stage and I'll see you at rehearsal. I don't got to fuck with you. So, I mean...
But that doesn't last.
No, it never lasts. And everything spills out.
We fast forward to, I guess, later on that night, Lamont comes home. Oh, Lord.
Oh, this was a quick scene. This was a quick scene. They were doing them a little bit, at the towards the end of the episode, it was a little montagey. And Lamont comes to the front door, right? He's like, I'm about to come in. We have to, hey, what's going on? You know, he's like, I'm off the back of, like, we just had a good night. Like, we got to work this out. That bitch Mia said, Lamont. We've been doing this so good. I like where we at. If we was going to be together, we would have been together.
Yeah.
And at that very, very, very moment, I said, you fucked up, Mia.
You stupid as hell.
Over $30,000. Like, I get it. And then, mind you, as they're doing this montage, she out here spreading her money around on the bed. Like,
again, she's not smart.
Why are you fucking posting your shit?
She not smart at all.
You ain't learned from New York at all, huh? Like, you ain't learned from New York not one bit,
Lord,
bitch.
The girls are not smart. I'm going to show y'all 30 racks on my bed.
I'm not doing that.
From the hood where I
You got me fucked
I'm not
up.
in no gated community.
Nah, baby.
I ain't even got a ring on the door.
I'm about to say, I ain't got no security system.
No security system.
Nope.
But I got 30K just lying around here
on
in my apartment
bed. Yep.
with my daughter.
Absolutely. That's too much. And now Lamont's like, so what the fuck is going on?
Oh, Lord.
And she said, if we was going to be together anytime, we was going to be together back in the day. Now it's too late. I think we like where we at. Lamont just walked the fuck away.
I mean, wouldn't you?
Yeah. Goodbye.
First of all.
Are you on your bullshit? You back on your bullshit?
Lamont.
We team you, Lamont.
I want to tell you, we are sorry. Because let me tell you something. The way Lamont threw dick the last 2 episodes, 3 episodes,
that dick was dead,
you mean to tell me Lamont was throwing his best dick? That man was thrusting and throwing.
And choking.
Okay?
Yeah. Yeah, it was good.
Had your titties out.
Now. And I understand, because I know some chat shit bitches about to hit me up like,
it is 30K.
Hit me up like, that's 30K, bitch, and I don't got it. That's 30 more K I ain't have.
But we couldn't juggle them?
But why we
You a Miami bitch. What happened to juggling niggas?
Points have been made.
First of all,
why can't I have both of these niggas?
Here's my thing. As a Miami bitch, I've always had me a little roster.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And I feel like there are categories, there are priorities in your roster. Your baby daddy always gonna be there.
Bitch, like it's
so keep that nigga in the secure.
It's a secure dick. It's guaranteed dick. You're gonna have it for the next 18 years for sure. That's dick that you can always. That nigga can go move on, get married, have a whole other family. But I can tell you something about that baby with having a baby with somebody. That bond that you have for the rest of your life, low key. It's always there. It's always in the back of the pussy, in the back of the dick. It's always there.
Now, I don't want this for my sister Mia, but that shit's gonna blow up in your face.
Oh, absolutely. If I can tell
you in danger, girl.
If I can't tell you nothing else, I bet you that shit gonna blow up in your face because that nigga gonna treat you like I don't know. I don't know how Cash gonna treat you, bitch, but I just feel
it's gonna blow up in your face.
Yeah.
But, you know, hope for the best. We'll reconvene.
We'll reconvene. Stand by.
We'll reconvene. Mia and Shawna now are at the Plymouth poolside, and they're on IG Live with Miss Raina. Yeah, and Raina got braids.
That blew me.
Was that braids or like dreads?
It was like locks.
Like dread braids.
I didn't like how it was. I was here for the first like reunion of my girls, and then here Raina Rain over here.
First of all, after they did a little Insta story, did you notice the awkward silence afterwards?
Everybody got quiet. And Shawna's like, she do know she a white bitch, right?
She do know she not light-skinned, right, Francois? And Francois looking like, well.
No, he said, she knows. She knows. He said, and whispered, she knows.
Like, come on. Like,
she knows.
what?
She knows.
But
I see Mia trying to amp her up, like, all right, girl, we're gonna do this. And then they all kind of forcefully fuck with each other after that. And then Shawna was like, let me go. I gotta go. What she said, to the bathroom? What did she say?
She was gonna grab something to drink or something.
She needed champagne glasses. That's what it was.
Okay.
She needed 4 champagne glasses.
Yeah.
And my girl comes back from earlier in the episode. She says, they need you. She said, bitch, I'm off. I'm clocked out. What happens, Jessie?
I know you clocked out of work, but you about to clock into jail. Nikisha was like, they looking for you.
They looking for you. They
want to ask you questions.
Yeah, bitch, and the camera pans over to the police.
You know what? I hollered because I said, damn, girl.
I said this, though. And my last prediction,
did say that.
I said they're going to get fucked. They're going to get caught up.
Yeah.
Both of them going to get caught up.
You did say that.
And I didn't know it was going to be at the Plymouth, but I should have known it was going to be at the Plymouth.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That makes a lot of sense.
My thing was, if y'all didn't catch this, like, if you really let it play, the credits play, then you have a flash of
what, bitch?
Shawna in her pink dress.
Skirting across the goddamn pool.
Looking like a damn flamingo, caught in headlights, running, and you got the police running up after her. Like, what the hell is going on?
It ain't going nowhere. I bet my bitch Shawna was running, but she was in them heels, bitch. She wasn't going too far.
Where you going, platform heels?
Bitch, you better close it out like that, bitch. It's.
I always get very jittery when I see a black person running from the police.
Me too,
Not
bitch.
in these times.
Not in these times, baby.
Sis, please stop, drop, and roll. Stop, drop, and roll.
Because you hot.
Yeah.
You hot, mama.
And let them niggas handcuff you, please.
Hold on, Jessie. Highlight the fact that bitches was recording her running from the police.
Bitches are like, y'all gonna have another social media scandal, and you know Ronnie gonna come back. While you say hanging on a cliff, this episode was damn sure written by Issa's motherfucking ass.
It surely the fuck was.
And you know she gonna choose violence when she write a motherfucking episode.
But how about we got Jay Ellis as a director this episode? Shout out to all my Insecure alums,
Not
bitch.
Issa and Lawrence.
That's what I said. Shout out to my Insecure alum, bitch. Like,
but you know what?
Just keep it in the family. Keep it in the family.
Now I think more about it. Issa and Lawrence was so chaotic, they done transferred that shit to this motherfucking episode. Because this episode was chaotic as fuck.
It was chaotic as shit.
All right, y'all ladies, y'all know what the fuck time it is. It's time for Seduce and Scheme Night. Make sure that you check out the motherfucking menu. We got $3 coochie boards. We got $5 jalapeno pussy poppers. And we damn sure got that motherfucking snap for all my tight pussy assholes out there. Come through the Seduce and Scheme Night and get you some.
Pop your pussy on the hands. Pop that pussy on the hands. Pop your pussy on the hands. Okay, so wait, bitch. Now, before I get into my predictions, now you know you gotta put us on, bitch. Because you put us on a little bit through the episode already, but I did not know Trina shot that video in that goddamn, and what is it, Northwestern?
The West. We call it the West, but it is Northwestern.
Okay.
Yeah, it is
but it's
Northwestern.
just, in the West, bitch.
The West. That's what we call it.
So, bitch, give me some tea, bitch. You know, drop some knowledge.
So, I actually want to shine a light on Miss Light Skin herself, Raina Rain. You know, I know we be clowning her ass on the show, but in real life, her name is Kat Cunning. She's far from a clown. She actually is an actress,
all right,
a model, a dancer, a musician who happens to sing very, very well. And she's also a Broadway actress. By that, she's been in Les Liaisons Dangereuses, Cirque du Soleil, Amour, NYC Sleep No More. And she has a reoccurring role as Cristina Fuego in the later 2 seasons of The Deuce on HBO. So she's been under the HBO umbrella for a minute, getting her little coin.
Period.
So follow her. It's literally Cat Cunning on Instagram.
Yay!
She's very, very talented. And again, I was listening to a couple of her songs. I'm like, damn, this bitch can sing.
Yeah,
she has a very gorgeous voice. So shout out to her. I think that she really brought Raina Rain to life.
Oh,
yes,
absolutely.
we clown her, but she did what needed to be done for this series. So we want to give her flowers as the last put you on of the season.
I still liked her song too.
I mean, it was given. I ain't gonna
put a tongue in it, put a tongue in it. Yes!
I mean, honestly,
let me tell y'all something. I gotta keep saying this. The soundtrack and the official Spotify playlist is out. Y'all, if y'all love that song, that's like me. If y'all love Nan, like me. If y'all love Seduce Skill like me, bitch, go stream it up and listen to the variety of other artists that have been put together for this playlist and this soundtrack. When I tell y'all are going to gag. It is my favorite, bitch. I have been streaming ever since, okay?
So, and honestly, it has been it's been hilarious to see people on Twitter. Like, at first, they like, ooh, who the fuck is this white woman?
Yeah.
But then they're like, oh, put a tongue in it. I mean,
I guess I'm a Raina Rain fan. I guess so. So, bitch, I like to see that she's played so many characters. I didn't know that. I know she was a real singer, but I like that. You can tell, like, bitch, I'm in this role, but please don't think this is me, bitch.
Yep. Let's go ahead and get into the predictions, Zach. Like, where do you see things going? Obviously, this is the last episode of the season. So we can give, like, general predictions for what we'd like to see.
So I think that, for me, number one, I don't know why I feel like an interrogation room. Immediately, I feel like the camera's going to open up with that, and we're going to see her with her wig lopsided. Because the bitch ran through bushes, through the pool, trying to get in this hotness and that Miami heat.
Yep.
Like, I see that it probably broke a heel. Like, it's getting all of that. And
honestly, I feel like she gonna be in that interrogation room and it's gonna give very much first 48.
Yeah.
And she gonna give it up. She gonna, you know what, Maurice? His name is Maurice.
Oh, she's not down. She's not down.
No.
She's snitching.
After Nikisha told her what she told her, all they gonna do, they gonna give that bitch a 4 for 4. And she gonna say, Maurice. That bitch gonna be singing like a canary.
For some reason, I feel like Duke is gonna have something to do with getting her out of this situation. Don't ask me why, but I feel like...
What pulled the Duke down to the prison house?
Like she said, you can't do nothing in this city without me knowing. So
I mean, she got arrested though. We talking about you down to the... What the fuck, dude? Is Duke a lawyer?
I don't know. The bitch has been no, bitch.
You got high hopes for Duke.
I really do. Maybe because you know what. But I just want to see her story like really ramp up.
It is going to. I believe that.
What if Cash Chaser helps them get out of this with all that money he got, or some type of situation like that? Like,
I can see that happening.
Like, what if Mia like call up Cash Chaser like,
first of all,
my bitch in jail or some shit like that?
If Mia really down for it, she gonna put that $30K to good use.
Ooh. And now you speaking.
Yeah.
Now you speaking, bitch.
I'm pretty sure the bill ain't that high. She was doing credit card fraud or whatever. It's going to be, like, let's be real. Like, it's not going to be that high. She's not the main culprit. She's not the one actually doing it. So, I don't think that it's going to be that high. So, if Mia really down for the cause, Cash already gave her the cash.
That's very true. Yeah. And I don't know how this tour is going to go, but something tells me that this tour is going to, like, either blow up in their face or it may actually work, and they may outdo Raina Rain, and that's going to cause a rift between Francois, Raina Rain, and the girls.
Well, first of all, Francine is not loyal.
Francine's just looking for a check.
Exactly. So if something happens with Raina Rain, she can go back to being Meredith.
Oop, and there it is.
And then that's that on that.
And there it is.
Now, what I do see is something happening between the girls, Francois, and Duke.
Oh,
because
you're
I
right.
do
You
not
said
see
that.
Francois wanting to cut Duke anything.
Yeah.
Unless Shawna tries to, again, Shawna gonna fuck up again.
Yeah.
I see her fucking up and saying, oh,
Yeah.
let me have this on the side with Duke. Let me try to keep this separate.
Yeah.
But then it's gonna come time to cut checks. And that's when shit is gonna get messy.
And I feel like Mia's gonna need Lamont a lot in
Of
this
course she
next
is.
season. And it's going to blow up in her face that like he don't want to be there with her. Is he gonna be tired of the yo-yo? Like you want me, then you don't. Then you want me, then you don't. I let me just take care of my daughter. And I also feel like on some real shit, Lamont is going to have a big blow-up section on his own. Like, he going to pop off in a way where he going to become like a producer of a track. And Mia going to be like, oh, my God.
Yeah, that's my baby dad.
No, no, you don't want to. You said you're moving backwards, you said. Ooh. You said you don't want to move backwards, is what you said, if I'm not mistaken. I feel like that's coming after Cash dumps Mia, some shit like that. Yeah, I feel that. That's my prediction so far. That's mine. What you got?
Now.
What you got?
I see Fatima coming in
You
this
said that a couple episodes ago, too, friend.
Yep.
You said
I see Fatima and her Dominican blowout coming up in this bitch and causing a whole lot of ruckus.
That sew-in is about to come out.
Yeah.
Her sew-in is
a whole lot of ruckus.
What about that bitch Jill? You know how to forget about her. I didn't. What is Jill gonna come give? Do you think Jill's gonna come and help the girls out again? Or do you think that's gonna be a thing with Spotify?
I think that obviously Jill is cool with Francine. So, I do feel like Shawna's gonna wake up with the whole Jill situation. But if Shawna's smart, she's gonna use Jill. You know that's not your friend.
That's what I'm saying.
Just use her.
Yeah, I feel like I also
part of the game is using these people. They're not your friends.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
And I hate that because I'm not a fake bitch. Like I don't like that. But what I've seen is people who are able to get farther in the game, they know how to play the game. Hey, girl! Knowing damn well you don't... Hey, how you doing? Yeah, let's link. Knowing damn well you ain't linking shit.
I'm not linking not a damn thing. Bitch.
But we could... Hey!
Yeah,
How y'all doing? And just keep it moving.
I think that, like, Spotify and Jill and this whole thing, I don't know why I feel like Jill's gonna maybe lose her job at Spotify.
Ooh. In this economy?
Yeah. I don't know what it could be possibly about, but I feel like her karma is due for her. For stealing Jack, like, and you know what I'm saying? That shit gonna come to the light, bitch.
Yeah.
That shit gonna come to the motherfucking light.
You think Shawna's gonna find out that Jill wasn't the one that... Oh, yeah.
What about Duke and Deja? What do you see about the pussy lip brothel?
I feel like Deja's still gonna be in the cut.
Okay.
The way I see the story moving, though, if Duke really wants to take this serious, she's gonna have to leave that brothel alone.
But I still feel like if Duke does try to go on tour with the girls, I feel like Deja's going to try to sabotage the girls.
I do.
I'm telling you, I feel like Deja is the villain that's brewing right now.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like Deja is going to be the one that like, whoa! Like, I see a gun, I see a knife, I see something where we all like, oh, shit.
I feel like Deja, Fatima, Jill.
These are the villains that are brewing. These are the villains that are brewing. And Francois.
Yeah.
I see those villains brewing. So my other prediction I got, we can't leave. I know I got a new nigga. I know I got a new man. You know I love paper chaser, cash chaser. They go. However, I live for Maurice. Maurice is my original nigga. That's like my hubby, my Haitian husband. My AKA Hobo Haitian.
Oh, AKA Zozo.
Listen, what I think is gonna happen to him? Listen, because clearly. The last thing we saw of him in this episode was he told Shawna to chill out, go take a bath, you gonna be all right. Meanwhile, fast forward, he ain't gonna be all right. This bitch is running from the police across the pool. So that means to tell me, either, I don't know, because remember, my fingers are tingling. Remember my girl from the front desk said Maurice worries about Maurice all the time. I don't know if Maurice sold my bitch out.
Ooh.
I
didn't even think about that.
I didn't either until I just thought about it. I said, wait a minute. What if, bitch, Maurice was like, you know what? I know who helped me. I know who was giving me the numbers. Because technically, Miss Shawna was the one giving him the credit card numbers, and he just ran that bitch up. Think about it, bitch. So the police could have been like, Maurice, who the fuck did X, Y, and Z? I think we're going to see that story fold out.
Ooh. Now, what do you think about Shawna's relationship with Cliff?
I don't know, but you know what? Clearly something's happening because they text, hey, and then he texts back, hey, I miss you. So I don't know how you miss me when Fatima's in the picture, but whatever.
Yeah, I think that given everything that's happened, Shawna's gonna go back to Cliff.
I don't want that,
and I don't give a fuck what Cliff did with Fatima. She's gonna try to go back to Cliff.
You think so?
Yeah. but I don't think that Fatima's gonna let go. Fatima gives very much my man. Even though we haven't seen her express that, she gives my man.
Yeah, she does. And I don't think she's gonna.
And they've been doing a lot of pillow talking.
Yeah.
So I don't know. And they're both at school together. So unless you're about to enroll,
unless you're about to move to New York,
it's not. It's
about to go on tour. So I don't know.
See it for you, sis.
I don't know, Mama.
We're so excited to have had chat shit for this first season of Rap Shit.
Absolutely amazing.
Man, listen, just because this is the last episode of chat shit for the reviews of each episode doesn't mean that you still cannot listen to these episodes. Go back over and over again. Watch the episodes over and over again. Make sure that you're tweeting us using hashtag Rap Shit and hashtag Chat Shit.
The Chat Shit Committee.
Yeah, make sure that you follow Rap Shit on Max on Instagram and follow Seen in Black on Instagram and Twitter as well. And listen, again,
I'm telling you,
it's gonna be a lot of shit going down. So make sure that you stay tapped in, cause let me tell you something.
Yes.
If you know anything about Issa Rae and them,
you know,
Issa Rae and them,
they got shit up they goddamn sleeve
all the time. So make sure that you stay tuned, tap in, and stay connected.
And of course, we don't have a new episode of Rap Shit coming out next week. However, come on, you can still go back to HBO Max and rewatch your favorite episodes and tell me some things and tell me and Jessie some things that you did not see that maybe we did, maybe we missed too.
Yeah.
You know, tell her like, oh, bitch, I could have said all this, you know, so we could keep the conversation going. The conversation, we are still the Chat Shit Committee.
Period.
And for the last time, Jessie, shall we close the chat?
We're gonna close the chat, child.
We can close the chat just for now. I am Zach Campbell.
And I'm your sister, Jessie Woo.
Yes, and we will catch y'all in the next one.
Period. Chat Shit is a Seen in Black podcast from HBO Max. Chat Shit is produced by Loud Speakers Network and Raedio. Executive producers, Matt Raz and Chris Morrow. Associate producer, Taylor Hayes. Social media producer, Pablo the Don. Editor, Tyrell Worley. Sound designer, Dwayne Crawford. From Raedio, executive producers are Issa Rae, Benoni Tagoe, and Dzifa Yador.